People, how are you? Today we are going to share something to do with education and schooling, because this is so cardinal as far as COVID-19 is concerned. Remember, the parents are at home, the students are at home, and I want to tell you that the students are now stressed. They have been promised so many times that they are going back to school. Now they are not going back to school, so they have a lot of stress with them. They have read, they are getting tired of reading. They are doing this, they are getting tired of that. Now, what do we do as parents? Even before COVID and so on. Remember, we said we have to be patient with them. We have to be patient with them. That is one. We said we have to persevere with them because they have nothing to do. These are our children. They are ours. We have to love them. They will get annoyed. Let's not get annoyed. Let's not pay back with annoyance. Let us persevere. Let us make friendship with them because these are ours. They are our millers. They are a reflection of us. So let's be patient with them. Let's persevere with them. Let's listen to them. Let's talk to them. Let's see what is good in whatever they are doing. Good enough, there are various programs that on radio, on TV, in newspapers and so on. Now, besides that, when time comes going back to school, what do we do? What I want to share with the parents today is how do you identify a good school? There are very many schools around, but how does a parent identify a good school? The first thing in identifying a good school, the first one is make sure that school has good governance. And governance has very many structures. Like, for instance, there is a board at the top, there is a PTA in the middle, there are teachers with their structure and so on. But as long as there's good governance, because every organ, like for instance the board of governors, is a policy making organ. They make policies. The PTA, they mind so much about parents and their concerns and so on. Remember, parents have their concerns at school. The teachers have their concerns in school. The students have their concerns in school. Different. They must be addressed differently. So there must be a board of governors, that is one. There must be PTA, that's the parents' teacher, that is two. And the teachers also must be in their own, they also must have their own structure. And even the students' leadership. Now, number two, if you want to identify a good school, is that that school must have co-curricular activities. Remember, a healthy mind in a healthy body. Let the students play. We say one of the things for students to understand, first of all, they must listen, they must talk, they must write, but they also must play. They must play. And this is one of identifying their talents. If a school doesn't have co-curricular activities, think so much about taking your child there, because co-curricular activities help a student to understand it better. It raises confidence for the child. It raises self-discipline. It raises patience. And it raises what? Perseverance. So make sure when you are taking your child to identify a school, make sure you look for a school with co-curricular activities. That is number two. We said number one, good governance. Number two, co-curricular activities. Number three, it must be a school which can be able to spot talent for your child. We said every person is born with a talent. The only challenge is we don't identify our children's talent. It could be football, it could be netball, it could be athletics, it could be music, it could be dance, it could be drama. So make sure you take your child to a school that's going to identify the talent. Remember, in these situations now, especially in the 21st century, sports is one of the most paying activities in the world. So make sure you take your child to a school which is going to identify the talent. To spot the talent, train that talent in that, you train your child in that talent, and possibly it could be your child could become a star. Then the other thing, there must be safety and security of both people and property. Very many fires take place in schools. Make sure your child goes to a school where there is safety of both the child and the property. It could be an askari. That one can help in security. And make sure they are trained askaris. Number two, even inside, the children must be safe. Is there a matron? Is there a warden? Is there somebody a senior woman? Is there senior people? These people who can always talk to children so that their safety is assured, both of life and property. Then the other one could be, there must be good academic performance. Of course, this one goes a long way in helping, because your role when you take your child, you want a child who is going to become a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer. So make sure there is good academic performance. And we say, as long as they do 6 things for students to understand that school is okay. Don't mind about this 4, blah, blah, blah. No. What you should mind about is a good academic performance. And what is it? Children must be able to listen to teachers. Number 2, children must be able to write. Number 3, children must be able to read on their own. meaning that there must be a library for students to do what? To recap and to read. And number 4, they must be able to share with the others. Don't take your child to a school where they are just going to regurgitate. It will not work for your child. It must be a school where your child is going to listen to the teachers. Number 2, is going to discuss as a child. Number 3, is going to be writing. Number 4, is going to be sharing. And then number 5, it must be a school which is going to work on your child's character through career guidance and counseling. Take your child to a school where there's career guidance and counseling, because these teachers know how to spot talent, how to develop children's talent, and how to develop students' career. Because a good career is developed in about 5 or 6 ways, but let me mention about 3. 1, the environment. The school that child is in can determine the course or the profession or the career your child goes to. Number 2, the interest. What is the interest of your child? Number 3, what is the personality of your child? So it is the environment, it determines your career, the career of your child. Number 2, the personality of the child. Number 3, the interest of the child. But also number 4 matters a lot, the ability. So a school with proper career guidance and counseling can develop your child into a very good career your child strives for. So make sure as you are taking your child, when COVID is done and you are looking for a school, please make sure you follow these guidelines. 1, there must be good governance. Number 2, at least with reasonable academic performance. Number 3, with career guidance and counseling. Number 4, it must be a school which can support talent for your child so that that talent is developed. Number 5, it must be a school which has co-curricular activities, because they are part and parcel of the learning process. Number 5, safety and security. Your child must be safe. Your child must be secure. Now, when you take your child to a school with all these things, I'm sure your child will prosper in academics. Your child will like the school. And there is no way your child can just leave school. Remember, the teachers are trained in what they are doing. They are trained in career guidance. They are trained in supporting talent. They are trained in guidance and counseling. They are trained in academic performance. And they are trained in other things. Then the other thing is discipline. Discipline. How do you relate? How do you manage? A good school must be able to manage the discipline of your child. Remember, schools get these children from different backgrounds across the world, across the continent. So make sure there is a way the school can nurture, and this can only be done by a good school. So finally, as you take your child to school, make sure you also play your part as a parent. Make sure you're always there. Make sure you talk to your child, because the parent's contribution is so important. Remember, it is the child, it is the teacher, and it is the parent. Don't leave everything to the teachers. Make sure you participate in the development, in the nurturing of your child, because it is part and parcel of the child's education and academic performance. Thank you so much for tuning to this channel. I kindly remind you to tune to my channel Bisaso for other videos which are exciting and interesting. Thank you so much. God bless you.